And God said, give the people the air. Oh no, that was Arnold Schwarzenegger. Anyway, it's so sunny out. No sun 10 days. I can barely open my eyeballs. I gotta do something real quick. I'm stealing the Johnson 10 horse. Anyway, the guy who owns the 10 horse told me Cobra Kai, baby. Now the guy who owns the 10 horse told me to go ahead and keep it for my troubles, and if I ever get it up and running, to give him a call and he'll buy it back from me. So I'm going to take that down to my storage unit, plus something else I got to take down there. Show you in a minute. Alright, so I gotta make some room in the van, but check this out. Big PV speaker, dumpster diving. Took some plastic wood and just filled in some spots, and I haven't tested it yet though. Pulled the back off, the wiring's a little screwed up, the crossovers seem to be missing. That horn in there is on eBay for around 100 and something bucks. It's supposedly a rare PV horn. I mean, the cabinet's got to be worth something to somebody, or I may just keep it for the next my next party and hook it up. That horn is screaming. Well, it works, but I don't want to be in violation, copyright violation. But I'm sure Jimmy Buffett wouldn't really mind too much. Alright, so I was down at my storage unit and was looking over this 15 horse curb alert special, whatever you want to call it, the one I picked up on the side of the road, and it was looking pretty good. I took my drill and put the drive shaft on the end of the drill, shoved it up in there, and spun it around a little bit, checked the compression on it. And compression was up like around 100, and I shot a little bit of WD-40 in there and did it again, and it went up a little bit more. So I'm thinking, you know, this thing's really not in bad shape. I checked the bucket of stuff, and I took it home, and I'm gonna go ahead and start putting this puppy back together. And this is the carburetor off the $40 Craigslist special 20 horse. I'm going to take that home too, get it cleaned up, and put it on the 18 horse that I did up for the boat. I had put a small ad up on Craigslist for parts, and a guy called me up about the drive shaft. And he had a long shaft, wanted to turn it back into a short shaft. I think it was a 68 20 horse. Anyway, I'm digging around and found the stuff I needed without having to tear up that damn $40 Craigslist gear case. And dickhead never called me back. So screw him. Also, I want to fix this hub on the prop that it spun on the 18 horse. That's why I live in a giant van down by the river. Alright, so I'm checking out some articles on the prop with the spun hub. Now this is the AOMCI Blue Board Discussion Forum, which is some kind of a boat club, old outboards. And here they say, super glue, clean the hub, the rubber, and blah, blah, blah. Then use super glue to reset the hub by repressing the hub back in. Hold the pressure of the press against the hub until cruded. Anyway, so then there's another guy here, or the same guy or somebody somewhere in here, that says pin the hub. And what he was talking about was to put the hub back in, drill a hole through the top front here to hit the brass and pin it. And said that works great too. So I'm going to try the super glue thing, or maybe Gorilla Glue or some type of an industrial glue. And I had often thought about, just pinning these damn things, but I didn't know if it made any difference. It kind of threw the balance off or had any, effect like that. So I'm going to try and fix this damn thing and see how it goes. I think can probably be done. What's going on, folks? It's this old outboard. I've got a bunch of stuff to get done. It's Saturday, May 26th. And what's going on here with the 30 horse Johnson is I ordered up the thermostat and the gasket, and that should be here like Tuesday, Wednesday. And so the Johnson's going to be on hold until that gets here. Change the gear case oil, which I might get to that today. But what else I have on my plate is I went to my storage unit, and let me swing this baby around a little bit here. Went to my storage unit and picked up the 15 horse Johnson, and I got to looking at this thing. I dumped the bucket of parts out again, went through them, and I'm going to go ahead and put it back together. It doesn't look bad. It's dirty, but I'm pretty sure I have everything there to put it back together. I might need something like fuel pump or something like that. Boy, this thing's, I didn't even know this thing was frozen up like that. That ain't no big deal. But, so I'm gonna start putting this puppy back together today and give me something to do. Also, over here I've got the prop that was on the 62 18 horse Johnson I did up for the boat, and this was the one with the spun hub. I knocked this out, knocked the hub out, and I did a little research on because I've heard of people doing it, and you know, did a little research on fixing it instead of sending it out and have it rehubbed. But for something like this, you know, little, you know, 18 horse aluminum prop, I'm wondering, I was reading some articles, and one of the old boat clubs, I believe they're right here in Florida, was saying to pin the damn thing. And what he meant by pin it was drill 3 holes in and screw some pins in. Said it works great. Then I read another guy on iBoats used just ATV silicone, glued it back in, said he never had a problem. And then another guy I read said he used super glue and he never had a problem. And I was wondering, I saw some pictures on the internet, and I seen where a guy did, you know, he had a 15 horse and he pinned it, and he just drilled in the 3 holes, tapped it out, put the pins in there, screwed them down tight, little Loctite, and said it worked like a champ. So I'm thinking about doing the same thing. If you've ever done it, glued it, pinned it, or whatever, let me know how it turned out. Am I just wasting my time? Or you think, well, you know it's going to work if it's pinned. But what about glue? I mean, super glue sounds kind of funky. It's got to be some type of an industrial glue that, you know, will stick to rubber and that metal surface, which I would roughen that surface up in there because it's just polished, too shiny. And anyway, the reason why I want to do that, I want to get this prop back on the 18 horse because it's an 11-inch pitch, where the one that's on there now, I took off the 40 horse or the $40 Craigslist special, and it's only a 10-inch and or 9-inch, excuse me. Also, I brought back from the storage unit, which, like I said before, I don't know if I'll edit that part into this video or not, the carburetor from the 20 horse. And I want to put it on the 18 on the boat. You know, see, you know, a couple of horse might make a little bit of difference, get the prop back on there. I'll be honest with you, it's a slow boat with everything that I carry, and it's not too slow, you know, I mean, but, you know, you want to go a little bit quicker than 20 miles an hour. Anyway, just thought it would be fun to beef it up a little bit and see how she runs. So that's what I got going on today. I'm going to get started on that 15 horse, getting a little cleaned up, and start putting it back together. I've got the bucket full of parts and the flywheel, and I don't see any problems. I'm almost 100% sure I've got everything in that bucket. Alright, so there's the carburetor off the 15 horse Johnson, and I'm just going to let her soak up a little bit before I completely tear it down. Of course, I'm going to need a new float, and I might have something that'll fit in there. Anyway, the gasket was a little stiff, and like I said, just sprayed it and just let it soak a little bit, and come back to it, and it should be alright. And you can tell the plate here is clean. It's just dirty from all that crap in that bucket. I'm going to take all this crap off except the coil. I think I'm going to keep the coil on there, and get some new points and stuff. Alright, so on the 15 horse here, I don't know if you can see in there, but there's a Healy coil in here and one in here, and the one on the bottom, they're both screwed up. Let's go ahead and pull this off. That way I can inspect the pistons and cylinders, I should say. Well, there it is. The head popped off. Man, it looks pretty damn good. It's clean. Like I said, you can see the helicoils in there. And but the pistons look good. It's not all scarred up anywhere that I can see. This one's got a couple of... Nope, that's just a little oil mark where I squirted some WD-40 in there. Anyway, yeah, she's looking pretty good, baby. So I'm going to just pop this back on with a couple of bolts. Anyway, you can see where that damn coil is hanging out right there. I can't even get a damn spark plug in there. Oh shit, there it goes. And but I'm replacing this head for sure. So here's a good one. I'm gonna have to replace this plate also, because when I pulled the points screw out, they both just fell out. You can see here how I've never seen that before. I've never seen these damn posts come falling right out. So I'm not using that shit. And I've got the donor motor, but man, I didn't really want to tear off that damn flywheel if I didn't have to. So as it stands right now, there's not a whole lot more I could do with this damn thing. I thought I was going to get it put together. I mean, the screw will hold it in, but yeah, no, I don't think that's going to be good. Come here, Blondie. You ever seen a squirrel with a blonde tail? Craziest damn thing. Here. Come on. Here. Get out of here. Settle down. Alright, get the oil changed, dodging the weather. Looks like got some more coming my way. The wind's picking up. I might have to put this damn awning up. Let me check that radar, see what's going on. Yeah, today's Sunday. Yes, I'm wearing the same clothes. Kind of ran out of steam and ran out of weather. This damn tornadic or tropical storm Alberto is trying to form out there. I just checked the radar and it's starting to circle now. Sunday, what time is it? It's about... Alright. That's gonna do it for me, baby. Oh! You know the channel.